Town. The fattest, funkiest tunes in town.
Speak on it, talk show.
Warning, this will contain ludicrous material. Parental discretion is advised. So kids, cover your ears and close your eyes. Otherwise, you're about to witness history. The thoughts and views expressed on this album are a direct reflection of the new generation. So without further ado, I bring to you
Speak on it, talk show.
So we will go to jail for what you arrest us for. You understand? This is murder. Murder at.
I don't care if it was a black person or white person. That's murder. You killing people's children.
They're trying to listen. They've been trying to fast back for OJ for years. That's all they.
It ain't even about OJ.
It's about OJ getting off.
It's way before this precedes OJ. This was way before OJ was an inkling in his daddy eye.
But you see how they killed Johnny Cochran? They killed Johnny Cochran. They said, no, we're going to get these.
It's a lot that you have to factor into everything. Because when you can sit here and see, this is when the racial profiling that you can see that it does come into play, because when you see two white dudes walking in the Target with semi-automatics,
exactly,
with AK-47s and M14s,
you don't bother them at all.
They don't bother them at all. They walk around Target with
but you're standing in the middle of Florissant protesting with guns in your peacefully protesting, but they're drawing guns in your face. But you're peacefully
they just killed
protesting.
A boy a few days ago in Walmart for playing with a toy gun. They shot him down.
Like I said, I'm tired.
And then this is the thing that really gets me, right? So even when black people, this is when I say when black people start protesting and doing, trying to put up a voice for their people, it's a problem. They bring out riot squads, they bring out SWAT, they bring out the army
and all that.
But then you got this group that's going around, let us have our guns, walking the streets, and they okay. They're peaceful. And they walk in the streets with guns.
You got KKK. They having rallies.
Right.
But understand exactly something else. They lock up all the black people. So if you carry a gun, you have a felony, which is illegal. You understand?
So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question, since y'all want to put it like that. Because I have friends that are black and they're licensed to carry guns. Mm-hmm. So why can't they just go out and get a license to carry a gun? If you got a felony, then that's your problem. You should have thought about that before you did what you did.
Some of them felonies are false. A lot of them felonies are false. No, it ain't here we go. Listen, I live in New York City.
No. A lot of them are false. When you have the judicial system so messed up and so jacked up, when you have judges ODing on heroin and you got parole officers selling it to them, the judicial system is messed up.
I'm not disputing that. But what I'm saying is, how many of these guys out here that are getting these gun charges? There are guys out here who've never had a charge. Their first charge was a gun charge. Why your dumb ass carrying a gun? Why couldn't you just go get a license? Go get a permit to carry.
Videos.
No, idiots.
No, video.
No. Idiots.
If you watch videos all day, you see niggas with guns in the videos all the time. Of course, being a follower, they're going to want a gun too.
Mm-hmm. That's their prerogative.
And that's another way of getting us.
That's what I'm saying. They need to educate themselves
and they be like, hey,
so that they don't have a reason.
Educate yourself.
You can only get it by these means. They don't tell you the correct means to do it. But wait a minute.
So when you teach your child right from wrong, and they know right from wrong, but they watch a video with guys flinging guns all out and around, and they just go out and buy a gun off the street and get caught with it.
So I'm gonna say
that. So you saying that it's their fault? It's the video's fault for enticing them to buy a gun?
That's part.
I mean, right from wrong.
Look at a black household. Honestly, if you go to any of your friends or people growing up with, look at a black household. How many fathers are there? How many young mothers are there that don't know no fucking better? I mean, come on. No fucking better.
But at the same time,
you can say education.
How many of these people like you and me sit around and talk about those people instead of saying them to them? You know there's a better way.
Whoa, I got a lot of
people
who
there's
like
a better way. You know you don't have to live this life. You know you have opportunities. I do it every day, all day. I try to inspire somebody to be something better than what they are in the road that I see them going. I try to inspire them to be a better person, to be better and do better, not for their mama, not for their daddy, but for themselves. If they want that, they can have that. All they got to do is this, and this. A lot of these kids don't know they have choices. And instead of us sitting around, and I'm going to say us, because I'm going to put myself in this position, even though I do talk to them, a lot of people don't. They would rather sit around and gossip about them. You're not making the situation better. You're making it worse. Because, see, everybody that you tell that story to is forming an opinion against that child. Mm-hmm. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Get up off your ass when you see them out here doing something wrong. If you know they mom and daddy ain't around and are not doing it, then take it upon yourself to at least give them that knowledge. You're not losing anything by sharing wisdom. You're not losing anything by giving them words to live by. Something that they're obviously not getting anywhere else.
And before you go talk to them, please make sure you're not ignorant.
Right.
Make sure they're willing to listen or opening their ear to want to hear what it is that you want to say.
I understand what you're saying, Fat, but it takes just one person to do it.
You don't
somebody else see you doing it and they get inspired to do it.
You know, like
you have to really understand.
It was kind of easy because we had Boys and Girls Club, we had school programs, we had like music programs in school. We had stuff for kids.
Yeah, we
ain't got shit for kids no more.
PlayStations, cell phones, shit like that.
It's not as easy as it was before.
No, it's
not. A
lot
of kids are influenced by their friends. You can raise a kid in your household not to curse. When they get to school, they're cussing their ass off.
It's never going to be easy.
I'm going to step off on that one.
It's never going to be an easy thing. But nothing beats a try but a failure to attempt. And consistency. Once you start to constantly, if you don't do no more than change one child's life, that's progress to me. To me, that's progress. Because his friends might see him change in his life and get hip and do the same. Each one teach one. I mean, everybody want to sit around and talk about what the problem is, but nobody's trying to sit down and talk about a solution to fixing it.
Well, come on,
I'm not mad about the people in purposes and rioting. I'm not, because enough is enough.
So let's call some
I'm mad about that.
But I would rather them be out there looting and rioting in the name of...
But what is that fixing? It's fixing nothing but causing more problems.
It's not fixing nothing.
It's that half of the black people work at.
It's not fixing anything, but it's drawing a whole hell of a lot of fucking attention.
Don't need that.
It sure is, especially when you turn it on the news.
Wait a minute,
and you see in St. Louis in there, and all you hear is it's everywhere.
Attention and stuff like that. That's negative. They're looting right in their
all
neighborhood.
Attention is negative. You're
looking
at it. That's your perception. That's your perception of it.
Wait, if they were looting and rioting in a white neighborhood, I'll be all for it.
Here we go with that crap again. Back to what I was saying.
Because they take up their own shit.
I'm disregarding your comments from now on.
You take
what I'm saying is this. I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. I'm not upset. I'm not angry at these people. If I was there, I would probably be doing the same, because enough is enough.
But this
time last year, we watched a young boy die and his killer walk free. They're discouraged. This time it's a young armed black man, but this time it's a cop. So they already know he's going to go free. He's a cop. They've lost all faith and hope in the judicial system.
That's still
like I said, it's attention. They're getting attention. Trust me when I say the police department will think twice before their actions before they gun down another unarmed child.
Before they even started rioting.
Actually, I think it's going to be. It might cause a little more violence towards us. For the fact,
it has caused more violence.
I know, and it's not trying to protect.
We have someone now that is in critical condition that was shot by the police last night. Exactly. So I mean, it's steady going.
Got shot in the head too the other day.
Yeah, that was Tuesday as well. It grazed her head.
A girl got shot over here Saturday at a basketball tournament.
So. It's constantly going on. The looting, is not helping. I mean, especially when now we have to travel out, and when we come back in, we have to show ID in order to come back into our residence. That's crazy. We're not. Everyone's scared here. They're scared to send their children to school. School's canceled because of this. No one wants to be in the streets. No one wants to be out here because of what's going on.
What is stealing a pair of Jordans going to prove? Tell me.
Nothing.
Why you robbing?
Like they said,
we have no word.
Justice, there will be no peace.
So you're
that should be motivation.
And then when everybody's dead,
all I'm saying is, y'all take what I'm saying out of context. Don't take what I'm saying out of context. Please don't take what I'm saying out of context. What I'm saying is, this happening what it is going to be some type of motivation towards a change. It's got to be. I can't see them taking all that just went down over there and shooting that shit under the rug and starting all over. Everybody in that city, everybody who was touched by that store. What do you mean, who is it going to change? Eventually, it's going to change. It's going to have to change something. Listen, they don't have enough.
You responded in ignorance, so you put more ignorance out there.
It's not a matter of responding in ignorance.
You see how they already tried to change? How they tried to dumb it down already? You don't see that they put out that Robin Williams committed suicide, and that was like a big thing? You didn't see that? They're already trying to put shit under the rug. They've been doing it for years. They done got the formula down packed.
If you want to make a change, y'all should have stood up together peacefully.
They did.
And let that bend that. They decided that they wanted to riot and tear up everything. Now you're being looked at as, okay, all of y'all are violent. We all got to be on our toes. So I can shoot to kill when I see you without you even having to have a weapon. Once again.
So same way,
but the news media did not state that it was violence. It was a peaceful protest at first.
Exactly.
That visual was that it turned into a riot because the police came out and they actually used brutal force on those folks.
On them people. Thank you.
Yeah,
they highlighted that, and they made that situation a little bit worse than what it is. No, I'm not condoning that they should have came out and went and looted. I'm not going to say that it should have been looting. I'm not going to say that I agree with the looting. But my thing is, I mean, we sat here for so long and watched things go past, and officers get away with murder. When do we supposed to just sit down and not do anything? No, I'm not going to say that I agree with the looting, because now I can't shop in my neighborhood at all. All the businesses are closed, and we don't stay open after dark. Everything is closing down. So it's an inconvenience to our community, but let's keep it 100. The people that came, yes, true that, but let's keep it 100. The people that looted didn't even live in Forreston. Didn't live in Ferguson. These are outside municipalities that came in here and did this to our community.
They had the opportunity.
Believe me, when they were posting all of those 32 people that they arrested for looting, none of them were Florissant residents. None of them were Ferguson residents. None of them. They were from East St. Louis, Illinois. So they even had someone from Texas down here. You know, they wasn't even from here. So we have outsiders in different municipalities coming in and tearing our community up. Yes, it's time for us to stand up and for Ferguson to take the community back. I believe it should be peaceful to an extent.
Yeah, no, fuck them cops up. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Not fat. No, don't fight the police. Don't listen to him. Don't do that. Don't do that, because we got innocent people that's out there. Don't.
They don't care.
And that's
it doesn't matter. Don't take no more. Don't take no more innocent lives.
is the reason why Trayvon Martin is no longer here, Eric Gardner is no longer here, and Mike Brown is no longer here.
Okay, sense of soldier.
That's the same mentality is why they're no longer here.
Like it, though.
Whatever. I ain't about to dance this dance with you. That's bullshit.
You do sound like
bullshit. Whatever.
That's a good thing. I'm glad you all the way for it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
all the way live right now. I ain't even trying to hear
that. I'm just really tired of it. I've been going through it since I was young, so.
I mean, a lot of us are. I mean, everybody's gone. I've gone through it. But what I'm saying is, at what point do you say enough is enough? We're not going to take it no more. And I'm not saying it. I don't want y'all to take what I'm saying and say, I'm glad they're riding. And I hope that, I don't mean it in that way. I'm just glad that they're getting to the point where they can say enough is enough. Stand up. And now they have to be addressed and noticed. They have to. People are going to have to take notice.
I'm with you on that, and I'm glad they're riding. But as in looting, that community.
I mean, the looting, the looting is, I feel like they stripping the community with the looting. They can ride without looting. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna cost money.
They're hurting their own community because when everything come back and it's high as hell, it's on them.
How many of them businesses gonna come back? A lot
of them. Walmart ain't going nowhere.
I'm gonna say this to you.
Then that's gonna be it.
You saying you pulled that in, so I'm gonna have to address that. At the end of the day, those companies, those stores, those mom and pop shops, all of them can file and receive insurance claims. This woman cannot file anything to get her son back.
Right.
Nothing. Right. So, I mean, if they can't eat that, especially since they're going to get that money back, at least they're going to get something from that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be straight. They're going to be okay. This woman's not. She's not going to be okay. She's to bury her son. And it's not like he was out there banging and in the streets wild. And that boy was getting ready to start college 2 days before he was shot and killed. So, I mean, we can dance around the circle all we want, but something has got to change. Like, these police officers, they go through their basic training, their academy. This man, officer, whatever the son of a bitch you want to call him, he was trained how to properly handle that situation without doing it the way that he did. He went against protocol, and in result, he murdered an unarmed child. So, we're going to treat him like you need, the police department needs to enforce the law. Any police officers that take their authority into their own hands and abuse that power will be treated like the same scum that they go out here to take off the street. You turned coat and you danced along with them, so now we gonna treat you just like you treated them.
He should have been locked up immediately.
They haven't even filed charges on this man yet.
Let me tell you this: all these police that's killed all these people, and they giving them desk jobs and leave or whatever that they doing. Why is it that they take an officer who's selling drugs and now he's in jail right now? This just happened.
Well, then again, you got to understand
because
it's protocol with every job that you have. So I'm quite sure in order for them to they have to take necessary steps to get rid of. You know what I mean? To do away with whatever.
Not even so much as that, Mac. That's true. But I think a lot of that is saving face. Because if they admit that the shooting was wrongful, it's going to put doubt in the people. You know, as far as the police are concerned, they're going to doubt their police department. So they got to save face. They got to cover their face and clean it up. And that's what they do. They clean it up. With drugs, they can flip that and put him in jail for selling drugs because drugs are bad. But when it comes to violence, those technicalities and all of those little specifics can be used to retroactively pull prior cases, open up and let out people. I mean, it's so much rhetoric in that they have to save face, and the way they save face is to just, it was by the book, but we're gonna remove him from duty on the streets. We're just gonna give him his desk job. This nigga still get his pension.
Right.
He still get, you know what I'm saying? It's like a reward to them. So I feel like whenever it's done, anytime that as a police officer you break protocol, and somebody loses their life, is hurt or injured in any type of way, they should be reprimanded the same way they would reprimand a regular person for doing that very same thing.
But then because again, the only holding them back for doing something even worse to that person because they are under protocol and the steps that they got to go through. Just say, okay, fuck it, we fired him, we're going to put his ass in jail. He might do something before they even get to him to put him in jail.
No. When it like for this, when it went down, they should immediately took him into the precinct, took his gun and his badge, and said, look, until we get this and we find out what happened, you're on suspension with pay. That motivates them because now they paying this nigga for nothing, so they got to get on and find out whether he innocent or guilty.
But then again, he's not there. He's not there, and he can be doing anything. He can get gun from
Right.
Then that's him.
They should have locked his ass up.
I mean, but y'all should be doing these roundabouts in there. That's neither here nor there.
I'm not saying that.
If he leaves his house and purchases a gun and decide to take it out in the street, he's been removed from the police department. They have no connection with this man, and at that point, he will be treated as a regular citizen.
But he could be other people not knowing, and then they thinking he's still that cop, so they doing the things that he's setting out to do. I'm just saying, with any job that you've been on and you get benefits and all that other stuff, you have protocol before they can just fire you. They can't just fire you on the spot. It's measures that they have to go up on the company. It
depends, Mac. That depends on the company.
I'm saying it depends on which company you're working for.
It actually depends. It depends on when you first are hired. There's a clause in it that says you can be terminated or fired at any point for
some jobs. I'm saying government jobs, state jobs. If you look it up, they have protocols before they can just fire you. They can't just up and fire you. Things that they have to go through before they can just fire you.
They can still take his badge. They can still take his gun. He's not fired.
But like I said, would you rather for them to take his badge and his gun, let him go, him do something off the hook, come and kill one of your family members in the process of it, and then then what?
So I don't understand. What is the other alternative to that? Because regardless, he's going to be out with a gun doing things.
Don't take it, but I'm saying they can have him under close watch at the time that they're going through the investigations and stuff up under him, watching his every move.
Well, that's what desk duty is.
Exactly. So I'm saying it's a reason why they're being given these little mal jobs so they can still keep an eye on them, so they're not out there doing whatever it is they was doing. The reason why they got in the position that they was in the first place, to keep watch. I'm just saying it's a protocol. When you're a police officer, any government job, any state job, it's a protocol that you have to go up under before they can just fire you or just let you go. And it's for
I understand that, but at the
That's all I'm saying.
When you take somebody else's life and you're being put under scrutiny, it's brought into question. You should not be carrying a gun or a badge. If you are carrying a gun, then you should be treated like anybody else carrying a gun.
Well, technically, correct protocol is anytime you shoot your weapon, you're supposed to get your badge and your weapon taken.
Thank you.
Exactly.
When especially in the act of a murder, you're supposed to get your badge and your gun taken, and you're automatically suspended from duty. So, like some of these cops, I don't understand how they even going to getting on desk duty when
exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
Supposed to be on suspension.
That's what I'm saying, and she's saying they should be babysat, but that's what desk duty is. They shouldn't even be in the they shouldn't be in the vicinity of the police department that they work in, or the other police officers that they work with. They should be home on leave without pay until it's resolved.
Because who knows what evidence they tampering with while they there.
Exactly, and if they decide to take the law into their own hands off duty, then they going to get treated like a regular citizen, because at the time you weren't a cop. I mean, right is right. You can't dance on the middle of that fence and tiptoe and teeter-totter from right to left, from black to white. There's no gray line. It's right or it's wrong.
Well,
and I feel like the police officers teeter on that fence.
I'm just saying everything that they have
this
done
gray area
thus far has been wrong, and that's why we're in the situation that we're in and having this discussion. Right or wrong?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Has the National Guard gotten there yet?
I don't know.
They did state that a black hate group is here, and that was released by the FBI.
A black hate group.
That was the news break today.
Wait, so they hate blacks or they're blacks that hate? I don't understand.
The black hate group. That's what they basically stated on the radio.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't say it like a black hate group is. So
the media is taking this to a whole other level.
Right, but what I'm saying is, if you're on the listening end of that, a black hate group, okay, do they hate blacks or are they blacks that hate? Like, I don't understand that. A black hate group. That is so wrong.
That's an excuse for them to not. They don't know who's trying to hack into their system. So that's an excuse for them to say, okay, well, it's black people that's doing it. Like, you don't know who it is. Exactly. That's all it is. They just put it out there to try to cover themselves because they don't know what's going on.
Al Sharpton could have came down there, and that's the black hate group.
I'm trying to tell you, he needs to stay as far away from this situation as possible. Al, if you're listening, please stay out of Ferguson.
Too late.